So, Wanjigi is proposing an economic policy that will see that anybody with 6 children or more do not pay tax.
Up. And in the Safina government, when you hit 6, when you hit 3, we start reducing your tax.
Wait, hold up.
If you get 6, you will never pay tax.
Let's dissect this. Tax is used to build the roads. Tax is used to construct the schools. Tax is used to develop the hospitals and also running them. People likely to use this infrastructure more are the same people with high number of children or the bigger families. If they are to be exempted, who is going to pay tax? And if we exempt it, how do we avoid debt from increasing? Or how do we avoid tax to be more on the other bracket of people who have fewer children? I want us also to look at this in another way, because Wanjigi goes ahead and says that Japan is actually giving incentive to people with bigger families, so Kenya should. Now, tell me, is this idea of Wanjigi innovative or just a wishful thinking? Comment.
So you'd say have as many kids as possible.
Absolutely.
Don't.
Oh,
Don't encourage
on that,
Frankie.
I rest my case.
Please don't.
on that one,
Do not
Frankie, let me tell you, on that, we are together, my brother.
Why though?
There should be no limitations.
Don't encourage
No
Frankie. Tell him to get married
limitations.
first.
No.
What is the problem? What's wrong with having many children?
There's nothing.
No. The way you had it, you get married first, then have children.
Many children.
Yes,
Many.
after the marriage.
Let me
not
tell
before.
you, let me tell you, because all of you are so switched on economically now to the world.
Yes.
Numbers is power. I'll just be very basic. China is today going to overtake the US as the greatest economic giant because of numbers.
Really?
Yes, there are 1.5 billion people.
Yet they limit the children is supposed to
No,
grow back.
yes, but now they are changing that. They had grown too fast, right? And they couldn't handle the country economically. But when they reach economies of scale, now they're encouraging people to have more than 2 children even.
So
Right?
how long
Because
was
they
the
want to
law?
conquer, no, they want to conquer the world even more.
Perfect.
But they had to slow it down because they are not reached economies of scale.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you today, the one children policy has brought out brats. They don't like what it has ethically done to that generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't want Africa's population to grow. This is an interesting one because they feared what Africa might become. In 1974, the USA government wrote a classified report called the NSSM 200, also known as the Kissinger Report. It laid out a strategy for controlling population, growing in developing nations. But here's what they didn't say out loud. It wasn't about global health or poverty. It was about resources, oil, minerals, access, control. The report specifically named 13 countries they feared would grow too fast. One stood out, Nigeria, the only African country on the list. Why? Because a powerful, growing African population could challenge USA interests. They feared young, rising populations could lead to uprisings, nationalism, or governments that might say, no more cheap deals, no more stolen resources. The Kissinger report warned that the USA needed to control these populations, not directly, but by funding local family planning initiatives. The language was very careful, voluntary, non-coercive, but the goal, keep Africa's population in check, to keep Western access to African wealth in place. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's declassified USA foreign policy. And if you've ever wondered why African nations rich in oil and gold still struggle with poverty, maybe the real issue wasn't overpopulation. Maybe it was over-manipulation. This is the Africa they plan to silence. But I'm here to show you.
Actually, I don't know that you have children.
I have 3, sir.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are
on a
doing God's
kura tatu.
work.
Uko na kura
Hiyo
tatu.
sasa ni kazi ya
No.
Mungu hiyo. You know, I have 2.
Yeah, I saw
And they
you
say
introduced them.
two, they say is not the work of God. You know, God says you go forth and multiply. So I was told by a very good bishop of mine that what I did was just replace. When you go, your son is there. When your wife goes, your daughter is there. That's replacement. Multiplication is when you hit 3. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Wewe umetenda kazi
Umejikaza
ya
sana.
Mungu.
Miaka 15, 10 na wasita.
Keep it
3
up.
beautiful
Keep
girls.
it up. Keep it up. And in the Safina government, when you hit 6, when you hit 3, we start reducing your tax. If you get 6,
Wait, hold up.
if you get 6, you will never pay tax.
Please,
yes.
explain the correlation, sir.
Because you're doing God's work. And you are bringing forth the greatest production resource that we could have in a country.
The first important raw material.
The greatest raw material you can have in a country is the human resource. Why should we be punitive to you?
So you said exclusively on less than 30.
Yes.
That you get up to 6 children?
You get up to 6 children. Utalipa tax. Why should you pay tax? You brought forth a great product.
I have work to do,
that is
sir.
going to help this country milele kwa milele.
I have work to do after this show. Only that the manufacturer is not there. So I need to start a process of manufacturing.
I'm very clear about this.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very orthodox thinking, though.
Why is it unorthodox?
I mean, who would think? I mean, the more the birth rate,
you know,
there's a reward for it.
You ask yourself, didn't we used to do that long time ago?
Not yet. I've only heard it of...
Before colonialism, were we not people that got many children?
Yes, we did.
The Mzungu came and told us we used to do that.
Why?
Because until we didn't have medicines, we were dying. Infant mortality was very high. So we were trying to get an average. But it's because we didn't even have birth control. We didn't care. We just continued.
If it was a genuine reason?
Yes, we just continued. It was a very genuine reason. The more we are, the greater you become. Look at China and India. What is their greatest greatness today? Their human resource.
Human resource.
Yes. But the Mzungu comes here and wants to curtail our growth. I say this without
fear of contradiction.
Of contradiction or otherwise. In the 70s, when we used to get World Bank money, there was a big red line at the bottom. And you know what it used to say? Used to read?
I was not born, sir.
The government must, oh, you were still a young man. You were not born. You were not even thought of, sorry. So it used to read this, that the government commits itself to family planning.
It is
family
a
planning,
family
planning was viewed as a 2-child home maximum. Why were they curtailing our growth? And they were saying we don't have enough resources. We can't feed people. We can't beg the world to keep our people alive. So we must do our own curtailing. Why were they curtailing our numbers? Why? Today, Sub-Saharan Africa is 1 billion people. We are going to be, I think by the year 2030, 2035, we are going to be, the young people are going to be 65% of the world's young workforce. Can you imagine if we had not had that family planning?
We would have been crazy. We would have taken over the world.
Correct. We're still taking it over.
They said Africa.
So somebody somewhere could foresee our numbers being an issue in the future. But here, we are so consumed by following other people's paths, not our own. We just say, hallelujah, okay.
But are the resources enough
so
now?
This country. That's the other thing. We've been
made to economic conversation aside,
we've been made to believe we're a poor country. Which resources? The first thing is that we must stop thinking small. Stop thinking we are poor and we have no capacity.
Yes.
We must think big. We must do our research. We must be smart. You're not going to meet big people and start talking to them about making 10,000 shillings. They don't care. Okay? They want to understand, what is your idea? Do you really believe in it? And does this have prospects of changing lives? Because the greatest thing about all this is changing lives. If you see everything in life, it's about changing lives.
Africans, do you know the main reason why everyone from Asia, Europe, the Americas, Russia wants to be Africa's friend? Apart from our natural resources, here is the main reason why Africa is currently such a hot friend to have. This is the current growth rate of the world, with Africa's growth rate currently leading at 3.18% and counting. Since the 17th century all the way to the 21st century, through endless wars, slavery, colonization, brainwash, brain drain, and segregation, Europe managed to keep the African population dormant and at par with that of their population. Why, you may ask? And the simple answer is, people is God. Again, how, you may ask? Wealth is found in numbers, and morality is dictated by numbers. The highest number of people means the highest number of goods consumed, therefore the highest number of market for their goods, hence the highest number of their wealth and currency. When Africans are many and they love themselves, that means they will only buy from their own people, promote their own culture, entertainment, food, and hence grow their own economy and enrich their own continent. But when Africans are many, yet they hate themselves, brainwashed and scattered all over the world, they become consumers of Asian goods, European culture, entertainment, and become the continent that makes other continents wealthy, while itself it remains poor. There is power in numbers. Therefore, the continent with the highest population should automatically rule the whole world when it comes to wealth and morality according to nature. Looking at the current growth population, Africa is rising at a supersonic speed, so much that it is bound to surpass Asia in the coming years. But also remember that Africa is a phoenix with her black people in the Caribbean and all over the world. So come rain, come sunshine, the future is African, and Europe, the Americas, Asia, and Russia knows that.
India, with a population in excess of 1.5 billion. Look at China, with a population in excess of 1.3 billion. Look at Russia, with a population in excess of 100 million. Look at Brazil, with a population in excess of 150 million. Look at South Africa, with a population in excess of 70 million. They are saying on a head count, we represent the largest population in the whole world, and it is through organization that we are going to participate meaningfully in the international economic and political arena.
Straight up Kenya, proud to be Kenya. How we rockin', how we bring it all out. Kenya, just the way we love it, how we keep it tight.